Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Chaotic Neutral Podcast. I am your drunk DM, Caleb, and I am joined tonight by Amy.
Hi, I play Kiki the Rogue.
And Dan.
I play Zerp, the lucky guy that just got 3 nat 20s last time.
And Shane.
Hey, I am your crazy drunk warlock. This is gonna be fun. Oh, my name's Bert, by the way.
No one cares. It's fine.
And finally, David.
Playing Kai, the absent-minded fool.
That's all of us. What do you do, man?
Okay, so last time opened up with our heroes. Well, heroes might be a strong term.
We're heroes in the royal sense. Just heroes of the story. We progress shit.
With our protagonists standing at an activated Stargate. There was some brief roughhousing before a couple of them got pitched through, and they encountered some fine devils and skeletons that seemed to be ready to march right through that Stargate. They dispatched them with ease, and then they discovered that the Stargate has closed behind them. And
It
they're
wasn't necessarily easy.
they're standing on a mountaintop in this sort of paved, tiled square with pedestals all around, the Stargate in the center, and two horned pinnacles sort of rising up on either side. They see nothing below the plaza they're in other than a sort of a stratus of clouds. And that's where we left off. So, go ahead.
What are we doing?
You guys have just discovered that the gate's closed.
Oh, right. So Saldoon's, I assume, gone to us forever. Gone forever.
Can I do a stone
Unless we
check?
can activate it again. You gonna stealth something?
Can I do a stone check?
Stone.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a wisdom check. Oh, I'm sorry, history. Yeah. Well, wisdom works. Do wisdom. When you have advantage because you're a dwarf.
Alrighty. Glad we decided wisdom.
Is anybody intelligent here?
Oh,
I'm not.
No.
What's intelligence?
It's something that we don't understand, apparently.
So you rolled a 10. So what you're able to glean is that this plaza, it wasn't all built at once. There are sort of several different sets of stonework. The oldest thing is actually the Stargate itself, and that's the only thing that remains from whoever built that one. And then someone else sort of built the pedestals, and someone else tiled the plaza. And I have stairs shown on this map, but actually there are no stairs. It looks like they were originally stairs, but they were worn down to be ramps. And that was done by a civilization that came along after whoever built the stairs. So I guess we'll stay with initiative. So that was Zerf. Lee Howe still has one more death saving throw to try to make.
Wait.
Amy should have been first.
I just, because we started with what Surf Stone Cutting, I'm just starting there.
Oh, okay.
I don't see Kai on our map. Where did he go? Oh, he's down
He
here.
moved on down.
I moved down to the
Don't.
pedestals.
Lee Howe gets one strike on his death saving throw.
That's okay. We're gonna make that okay.
Bert.
I suppose I'm more concerned about Lee Howe than our surroundings. That sounds good, right? I don't know what I'd do. Give him CPR.
Okay, roll me a
His chest to see if I can keep his blood flowing through his.
roll me a medicine.
I don't know what that is. What's the?
It's wisdom, and then if you're trained in medicine.
I got a 14.
Okay, that's enough to resuscitate him.
Wake up!
So you pull out a pocket of crimson savanna grass and you just strike a match to it and just sort of hold it under his nose. And oh, I had this horrible dream, Bert. I thought we went through a weird arcane gate and were attacked by devils and shit.
Yeah, my eyes get really wide. I was like, it wasn't a dream.
Kai.
This is your last doobie.
And like Kirk in the moon. No! I know the line's con, but yeah. maybe his line is come on. Kai.
I just kind of wander over to this pedestal over here.
Okay, are
Take a
you
look
trained
at
in
it.
Arcana?
No.
So just roll me a quick intelligence.
It's even worse.
Actually, no. Give me a perception. Changed my mind.
Perception.
Yeah.
There.
Okay. You notice that this is a pedestal very similar to the one that you saw on the other side of the gate. Only, whereas the other one had an intact sort of ritual circle in it, this pedestal is crumbling and weathered and doesn't seem to have any markings on it whatsoever. Kiki.
From a glance,
Oh, go ahead.
Let
from
him
a
do
glance,
his thing.
do the other pedestals look the same way?
You can't really tell from where you're at, but they do from the edges, from the shape of them. They've definitely been exposed to the elements for a long time.
Okay.
Oh,
What'd you just do?
What happened?
You made it all bad.
Bert.
sounded like you pushed something into overdrive under your desk there.
I tried to cover up the mic so I could just belt out a really awful burp. Maybe it didn't work.
No, instead we got.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
I tell you what I think it sounded like, but that's not appropriate.
Oh, what? What's not appropriate in this game? Where's the line? I don't think there is a line.
Is there a line?
It's just fairway all the way through.
Basically, she was just going to tell you to get rid of your vibrator.
Yeah, I probably should.
Do you have to prime that? So.
How do you start a 4-stroke engine, Caleb? Listen, I demand power. I'm gonna go off some fucking 12 DC bullshit. I don't need battery powers. It's for girls.
It takes 15 D batteries.
Or 12 years of sunlight.
It takes a
If you're green.
terawatt.
It takes more power than it takes to get back in time.
1.21 gigawatts. Kiki, it's your turn.
Well, it's not my forte.
Roll me your perception.
Nailed it.
You see high above you a small figure sort of flying around the peaks that rise up to either side. And it seems to be looking down at the group of you with what you can only describe as curiosity.
It
It's sort of-
doesn't look threatening?
Not at the moment. It sort of perches on an outcropping and kind of peers at you, and then flits to another one, but staying well out of bowshot or spell range while it does so.
Are you sure?
And it's. Are you saying it's like? Does it look like a bird, or like more like more humanoid or more animal-like?
It looks like a humanoid made out of light. And even though it has wings, it doesn't flap them to move. It just sort of floats along.
Oh, I've seen one of these guys before. We all have.
So I'm just gonna do the what the shit is that to no one in particular.
He's a. I answer. He's a worker like the one we saw in the spire. Yeah. I don't know if that's real or not. If that's right. I'm just saying that.
Surf.
You had mentioned that I had heard in the taverns back then about some monks that train in mountains.
Those were the mountains right outside the city.
Okay. That's what I was just checking. I guess I want to do a, I guess perception check. Well, I don't know in this area. I guess I'll go find another stand and just play with the stand over here.
Okay. I didn't put it on the map, but the ramp that leads down from the gate there's an exit to the plaza directly across from it, where it cuts through the stone and sort of seems to spiral down. Not into the mountain, but like cut into the edge of the mountain, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll go play with that. I'll go wander around there.
Okay. As you approach the edge of the plaza, you find yourself looking down through a break in the clouds, and you're on top of about 2/3 up the way of a solitary peak that's got very sheer slopes, like steeper than Kilimanjaro. It's a steep slope, and there's a plain below you that seems very barren, and you don't really see any vegetation growing on it. But spread out all around the base of this mountain, you see a massive army encamped. Lee Howe needs to make a perception. And he does. And he says, how hard was I hit?
Pretty hard.
I'm seeing little dudes flying around.
There's more than one?
Birdies.
Well, there's one. I assume there's more, because I only see the one.
You're so out of it, all your vision blurred into one image. Is that what happened?
He
I just can tell.
roots around in his robes, pulls out a flask, just... Much better. Does anyone need healing? I could use some healing. I think I'm going to heal myself. And he does. And he does, like, you know that his healing spells, he just has to, like, touch you with a finger, but he's, like, massaging his arms and, like, giving himself a good I love you rub down. He doesn't like seeing his own blood. He's kind of traumatized. Bert.
Well, I don't have any hit die left. So I tell him I probably could use a bit, because I'm feeling the effects of whatever we did last time. And I make a perception on the figure to see if I could find, if I could remember if that's like what we met in that spire before, that crystal spire.
Okay.
Or is that an arcana or perception?
At this distance, it's perception. You're trying to make out details on it.
Okay. Okay, 22, even.
You sort of squint and get a good look as it's holding still. It is a figure about 7 feet tall, made out of light, with a faceless visage. It looks identical to Glyph.
Okay, so I
that
tap
you
my arm
encountered.
bracelet, and I gesture for him to come down.
It perks up, and then just sort of hesitates for a minute. Let's see.
Does anybody have a cookie? Can we lure him down with a cookie?
Sorry, I'm looking up cure wounds here.
Oh, okay. I already forgot I asked you for healing. Jesus Christ.
Okay. So he'll use a cure wounds on you.
Just as a precaution, I assume that we're going to take a long rest at some point soon. Because we've gone through 3 encounters before
Yeah,
resting.
you guys have adventured for a while. Spellcasting mod. You gain 15 hit points.
Awesome.
And then Lee Howe will use one on him and also gain 15. Okay. Kai. And the creature after your turn, he does start moving down a bit, but he still
Okay.
seems to be cautious.
Uh,
I tell everyone, put their weapons down. Put their weapons down. Don't look threatening.
I pull out my orb and see if I see it tell anything.
Wait, didn't you give that to me?
No, you gave it back.
Oh, I gave it back. I was like, I don't want this. I don't need the responsibility.
You a completely different set of glyphs from the ones before seem to be prominent and all around you. None are right where you're at, but all the ones you were looking at before seem to have faded and are very distant, all in one direction. They're like stacked on top of each other.
Hmm.
Do you do anything else?
Look at this pillar. Or
Okay.
pedestal.
It's the same as the last one. Whatever markings were once etched into it have been weathered away.
Okay.
So the being, with remarkable speed, suddenly appears, like flies down, lands in the middle of what remains of this magic circle-looking thing in front of the Stargate. And it's looking around at you guys. Greetings again, sorry, let me get into his voice. I greet you again. I am surprised. You were not expected to be here. The situation with the Mammalian Kingdom over Counter Spinward is still not resolved. I did not expect to see you here. That was why these specimens were released from stasis. No matter, you are here, and we will make use of you.
Thank you, Silas.
We didn't expect to be here either.
Then it's a happy coincidence.
So, before you make use of this, I think we should probably get some rest. We're running pretty ragged right now.
You have reclaimed this mountaintop, which is good. And it's good that you prevented them from accessing the network of this fallen empire. You still have much to do, but for now, I think you should be safe in this area.
Oh, good. What about the army down below? Is that a concern?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Concern, yeah. There's a bunch of really threatening dudes mobilizing at the base of this hill, on top of which is a Stargate. Yeah, it's probably something you're going to want to pay attention to.
They are not mobilizing to march on this location.
Oh, okay.
They were sending scouts through to destabilize that Mammalian Kingdom to Counter Spinward in order to soften it up for their eventual invasion. This army is marching to some location I'm unaware of.
You seem mammalian. What kind of creatures live here? I mean, obviously they're not mammalian, otherwise you wouldn't be specifying.
As of this moment, no creatures reside here per se. There have been mammalian, infernal, and reptilian kingdoms, and there was once an avian kingdom within reasonable parameters. But at the moment, this land is... Yes. In local parlance, this land is called the Dreadlands, or possibly the Deadlands. Unsure. Language for you mortals is so imprecise.
Where's this
It is
compared to
imprecise for human
where we
levels.
were?
I'm sorry,
Indeed.
David, I didn't catch that.
So, where is this compared to where we were?
On what scale?
Miles?
World?
According to, let's see, so you said miles, which the zero, so let's see. You're approximately 15,000 miles away from your prior location. I'm sorry, that's 15,000 miles along the curve. It's probably shorter along the tangent.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Well,
How do we get back?
for mortals, yes. Unfortunately, this conveyance appears to be broken.
Oh, we can't just activate it? It didn't shut down? Like it wasn't a sleep timer?
No, this particular location was damaged. Few civilization in the fall of the second civilization prior to this one,
Yeah.
and it hasn't yet recovered. It hasn't. No one knows how to repair it, partly because we disabled it.
Glyph disabled it. You disabled it.
More or less.
Is it
I see.
recoverable?
My superior ordered that I prevent the drain that this empire was having on their resources. So I took creative action, and it resulted in the destruction of their empire and many of these gates. I am surprised to have found an intact one, that anyone found an intact one.
Yeah, so are we. So there's
These
no
were-
getting back.
Not through this method.
What
Do they
method
have an airship?
do you suggest?
Well, at the moment, I suggest that since you are here, you make use of your location, your presence at this location. That army is a problem, and it will be a problem to the place that you just were, just not for a while yet.
We totally intend to help out with this situation. But once we're done...
Well, in that case, one road will lead to another, as I'm sure someone said at some civilization.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that. Okay, so what would you have us do after we've rested and found something to eat? There's food on this side of the gate, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, I'm cutting out.
No, I was trying to think ahead, and I zoned out.
Sorry. After we do what we need to do, what would you have us perform here?
Oh, that's what I was thinking ahead about.
Oh,
You
okay,
asked,
all right.
you asked a question while I was thinking about that.
Okay, all right. So, where could we take a rest, heal up, feed, do that kind of thing? Where could we go for a short?
This plaza does appear to be adequate for a campsite for life forms of your temperament.
So no town.
Oh, not here. Several different civilizations have, with or without our influence, made this region relatively inhospitable. It's suitable to camp in, and it won't kill you outright, like some places on the facility, but it's not suitable to build a settlement on or near.
Okay. So we're getting Dreadlands. Or Deadlands, whatever. Alright, camp up, everybody. Hope we
What
brought
are
our
you
shit with
doing
us.
here?
I didn't catch that, David?
Never mind. I was gonna ask him what he was doing here, but
Oh, do you?
I think, yeah. I think he already answered it, or did he not?
I don't think he has.
Oh, I thought he was just, I don't know, looking over this Stargate. Fargate.
Waygate. I don't know. I just in my notes I just call them gates. Well, because of the volatility of this particular location, I assigned a sliver of my consciousness to inhabit it and just monitor it. Unfortunately, I was unable to, due to the nature of my, due to limitations imposed upon me by my supervisor, by my superior, I could not invest more of my power into this location because it is not near one of my primary nodal access points.
Can I ask who his superior is?
They are the superior.
Which are located where?
Location means little to a creature that can be in multiple places at once.
So your superior is a creator then? Is that
Well,
right?
I can be in multiple places at once. I'm actually holding 15 different conversations on this plate alone, as we speak.
That's special. Okay, actually, I did have a legitimate question. I have been wondering about this bracelet for a while, about how to unlock its powers, how we all unlock their abilities. Can you tell us how to do that? Or at least point us in the right direction?
You've already stepped on the right path.
Okay. It's cryptic for the AI.
The,
Okay.
the primary function of those bracelets is as a tracker, so we can maintain knowledge of where you are within the facility.
Tracker.
I like how you said facility. Now I'm starting to think that this place is even more creepy than I thought originally.
Please, get some rest. Talk amongst yourselves. And I will be nearby to help you strategize if you need me.
Okay.
And he sort of flies off.
I start gathering up stuff for campsite, survival, and knowledge of the Outlands.
All right. Roll me a nature, just to sort of see how comfortable you can make it.
Nature. That's no bueno.
Oh, there is a survival. I thought they got rid of it. Go ahead and roll survival. Now, why did they keep nature and survival but get rid of thievery?
Ugh.
Is stealth supposed to take over thievery?
I think sleight of hand is.
Oh,
No bueno.
Um, So you managed to cobble together like a lean-to, but you have real trouble because there is no vegetation in this area. You can't find anything to burn. Lee Howe has some things to burn, but not enough to make an actual campfire.
damn, all
And
those
you
things
guys-
vanished, weren't they? Killed them.
Lee Howe's
Uh,
in trouble, guys.
And you guys did bring, like, Lee Howe sort of has some rations on him. I'm pretty sure you guys carry rations.
Mhm.
You knew you were going into a delve, so you're not in dire straits at the moment.
Okay.
And if you ask him, Glyph will sort of give you a lay of the land, that the Dreadlands extend in a direction he calls Spinward. And let's see if he calls Spinward and Port for several hundreds of miles, possibly thousands. He's unclear on distance. Like, it seems like he has a real trouble grasping the concept of distance. But he says that this mountain is sort of towards the border of the Dreadlands, and that there are several city-states in isolated locations counter spinward and towards what he calls center, that are threatened by this army, and that this army's been gathered up from the Dreadlands by what he calls corrupted scions of an old empire. That probably taking on the army at this point would be suicide, but perhaps you could sneak around it and prepare these city-states for an assault, or do things to destabilize this army's seat of power.
Does he believe if we actually contacted or went down and made contact with the army that we would be immediately perceived as a threat and taken out?
I've intercepted a few of their communiques. You are characters of interest to them. They would like you captured. Alive, preferably.
Okay, yeah, let's not do that then. Yeah, I like that sneaking part. I say after we camp, we make for one of the closest city-states. Because regardless, we have to get Lee Howe back to some kind of civilization, otherwise he will wither and die.
I'm actually enjoying it out here.
And we'll see plenty more of that on the way to one of the city-states.
And
What's the quick? It doesn't sound like there was a way off this mountain very easily.
there is a road that leads to the base. The army has several checkpoints set up along the road, and there is a sizable camp at the base of the road to prevent anyone from infiltrating it and trying to contact the gate, trying to usurp it out from underneath them, so to speak. But it's nothing that you can't handle. I have faith in your consummate abilities.
So they have knowledge of who we are. So their scions are able to track our bracelets as you are?
No. You have encountered one of their high-level officers, and he has sent word. Not by name, but the description is valid.
Ah, crap! Who did we fuck over? Was it the guy we pushed over in that church square? So, we pissed somebody off, and now it's come back to bite us in the ass. I knew it was going to happen.
Amy should have killed this person, apparently.
So this road is guarded all the way down, or
In places.
is there a secret road?
Not that I'm aware of. Perhaps one of the many civilizations that have constructed on this site built one. But I am not, as I've said, I'm here to observe and to ensure that no one uses the gate. I did not expect someone to open the gate from another side, so it is fortuitous that you were there to prevent a catastrophe from occurring. So even though the situation will continue to destabilize in the Mammalian Empire, I think that it may all work out for the best. If not, we'll just wipe the plate clean and reseed it with creatures from stasis.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. This place is creepy. Alright, let's rest up.
Kiki, you got anything?
No.
She's busy fishing. Leave her alone.
Yeah, she's
Useless
doing
in this
something.
situation.
She's up to something. She's playing WoW.
I am not anymore.
Anymore. Now I'm on to Final Fantasy 13. Alright, I'm not making fun of you.
Yes, you are, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, well, I'm... Shit, you're right, man.
As a dwarf and a mountain dwarf, do I notice anything that might lead to a passage through the mountain?
Go ahead and... So are you basically doing this while you guys camp, sort of going around the plaza?
Yeah, wandering, looking
Okay.
around. Yep.
Roll me perception, and you can have advantage.
Nice. Probably don't need it.
You do find, cunningly hidden against one of the horns, a door that you have to trace a serpentine symbol on in order to open. But you do manage to open it. You with your stone cunning can see where it had been. It would be imperceptible to anyone else, but you could see where people had done it with a long enough times that it would have created just an almost imperceptible groove, and it opens up onto a tunnel descending into the mountain. It's a ramp, not stairs.
Okay.
Do I see this? Does anybody else see him do this?
I don't know. It's while you guys are camping and resting for the night. So
Is it in one of these 4 pillars around the main?
no. So basically, what I've got mapped out here is a sort of a plaza sitting on a shelf, and there are 2 sort of rocky pinnacles that rise up on either side of it. Think
That's
if you
right. Yeah.
Barad-dûr.
Yeah.
You're at the base of it, and there are these 2 spires, much bigger, and no glowy eye of evil. In one of those spires is where he finds this door.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright, I'll go back to the camp and notify everybody that I found this.
Okay.
Have we been camping long enough to regain any health, or?
You have a long rest, so you can get all your hit die back, and all your spells recover if you used them. And I think there's another effect, too. I think you get a certain number of hit points, too. See, resting. I feel like half this index is a reference to another thing.
What, the resting index? What do you mean?
Well, no, I was looking in the PHB
Yeah.
for long rest, and it referred me to resting, and I feel like every time I go to look something up, it refers me to something else.
I was trying to look up armor class, and it said it referred me back to armor. Like, just
Which I guess is better than just not having an entry.
yeah. No, I was looking up ability checks or ability scores and stuff.
At the end of a long rest, the character regains all lost hit points. The character also regains spent hit dice up to a number of dice equal to half the character's total number of them. For example, if a character has 8 hit dice, he or she can regain 4 spent hit dice upon finishing a long rest. So all your hit points regen, and you get half your hit points back. Or half your hit dice back,
Okay.
if you spent any.
After I notify everybody, I'm gonna go back to that ramp and start walking down. Gonna see what I can see with my dark vision.
Okay.
I'm going with it. I have dark vision too.
Okay, are you guys wait until after you finish the long rest?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Kai and Kiki, are you going with them?
Well, it's fucking boring here, so yeah.
All right.
I think Dan and Attaboy, that was awesome. You found that. Even if we find a Balrog at the end of this thing, I'm excited.
You shall not pass.
Because roads are for... Well, they're for busters.
Okay, so what's your marching order?
I'm in front.
Middle.
I guess I'm...
Hiding behind the
after
big
Dan.
guy.
Okay.
I'll be in back.
Okay.
Let's have one of the highest ACs in the back.
Well, that's good in case someone comes up behind
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've prepared anything for this, but during my rest, I wanted to go over my book again to see if I found anything else interesting, translation-wise.
Roll me an Arcana.
Okay.
So before I go, I light a torch
Okay.
so Kiki and Lihao can see.
Yeah, I got a 7 total.
Yeah.
It was not a
Rolling.
good roll.
Roll me an intelligence save.
Is that just a straight D10 or D20? No.
D20 plus your intelligence modifier if you have it.
Okay. 12.
Okay. You do not gain any madness, but you don't glean anything of import from the book.
That's disturbing. I didn't know that I could go crazy reading the book. I thought I was immune to it. I thought if I gave somebody else, hey, you should read this passage, they would just lose their shit.
Well, I found rules for madness in the DMG, and I thought those were pretty neat. And those, I have a character who would really enjoy those.
Madness rules.
Okay.
Playing Mansions of Madness.
So let's do this one. Zerf.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. 14.
All right. Okay. So +8 bonus.
Doesn't sound good, sir.
So
Yeah,
you step on a pressure plate and manage to leap back just as several poison darts shoot out of the wall and go right by your face.
That's
All
But they
right,
miss
then.
you.
I was never able to do that in Skyrim. I always took that poison. Good job, sir. Good job.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are four darts. So whose second was Kiki, right?
No, second one's me.
Okay, so there will be one more against Surf and 2 against Bert.
Shit.
I have my dwarven resilience, and since you said poison,
Okay, that's. Sorry, what's the rules on that?
it says you have advantage on saving throws against poison, and you have resistance against poison damage.
Okay, so neither of them hit you though. So.
Do I need to do another one? You said there was one more.
No, they're rolling to hit you.
Oh, okay.
So there are 2 that whizzed by your head, and 2 whizzed by Bert's head, but none of them, all 4 of them, fucking miss.
Yeah. Fuck your rolls.
Kiki. You're a rogue. Get in there.
Hey, you should be up front, sniffing out traps and shit.
So you notice the pressure plate now that you've stepped on it. So what do you guys do?
Reorder.
Pick up Kiki and put her in front of me.
Just reach around my waist and just pick up the halfling.
You're not coming
I don't
through.
think. Amy, were you in the game where it was Alan? No, because it was the first Corvinus and Marin game. We had this rogue that always wanted to like hang out in the back,
Yeah.
and so Alan would always pick her up and just
No,
hold
it
her
was
up in
that
front of
dude.
him.
It was that guy. I wasn't there for that. But no, I'm just gonna be like, you guys are idiots, and push my way through, and just walk. But all roguelike.
I thought like Dan was gonna pick you up.
So you're just gonna take the lead and walk out in front?
Yeah, because I'm all pissed off because they're too stupid to notice the obvious.
Okay, so
Pressure
because it's a 5-foot pressure plate, so 4 darts shoot out of the wall at you.
No, like
enormous.
Alright, fine.
Well, that's why I asked for confirmation
Well,
that that's what you were doing.
No, like push them out of the way and then be all roguelike and do
Okay.
my rogue thing.
Okay, so there's a pressure plate in front of you that triggers
Okay.
poison darts.
Do I notice the pressure plate?
Yeah,
That's
you
my
guys know where it
rogue-
is because it's been stepped on.
Then I don't step on it and I walk around it.
It takes up the whole hallway. It's 5 feet.
Then I wish to jump over it.
Okay, roll me in acrobatics.
Just take the damage. He's
When
dealt
I
with
say
something.
I wish to do that rogue thing, that's like, not be stupid.
Okay, so
Um,
you acrobatics right across it.
yeah.
What do the rest of you guys do? Your rogue just said there's a trap there and left over it.
Well, I throw my arms up in the air. It's like, what do you expect me to do? I'm as graceful as a turd in a pool. What do you want?
I look around to see if there's a way to disable this pressure plate.
Give me an intelligence check.
Give
Can I
me
investigate?
something decent. 13.
You think that you can wedge something underneath the pressure plate and prevent it from activating. Like if you have an iron spike, or if you, if you have something you can wedge underneath it, you can prevent it from.
Okay.
I've got a few light rods, or sun rods. You want to use one of those?
Sure.
You'll be able to see the pressure plate clearly.
Yeah.
There you
so
go.
I try one of those sun rods.
Okay, it snaps as you try to get it in. It sounded dirty.
Giggity.
Giggity.
Wow. We can't be friends anymore.
Listen, I'm going to be completely honest. When I watch Family Guy, I laugh my fucking ass off.
Yeah, so do I.
I hate that fucking show.
Everybody hates it. It's fashionable to hate it.
I've seen like bits and pieces, and I fucking hate it.
Alright, I'm going to use an athletics to join Kiki across it.
Okay, roll me your athletics. Oh, was that 13? No, because your athletics shouldn't be at a -1. There we go.
Boom!
Ba-bam!
You just fucking hop, like dwarven bunny hop all the way across.
There's like some Greg Louganis twists in
The
there.
waste of a net!
D20 is broken.
I gotta start using this instead of fucking physical die.
You do
This is
the
bullshit.
you do the Final Fantasy VII Aerith warm up of 1, 2, 3, and then just all the way across, and you land, and you hit so hard that some dust falls down from the ceiling. But you're across.
God, why did I have to use that for that?
Kiki has to scramble out of the way to avoid your landing. So Bert and Kai are on one side of the pressure plate, and Kiki and Zerf are on the other side. And I need you guys to roll me perceptions.
Bert,
All of us or just
Kai.
us two?
Everyone.
Woohoo! That's the way to roll a 2!
Oh my god, I did better than you. I rolled a 3.
So I got a total of 4.
I got a total of 5.
We are some observant people.
I'm thinking I could just walk across it, and you're thinking the same thing.
Yep.
Kai and Amy, you both hear a dry, rasping sound, and a sound that sounds an awful lot like.
Snake?
Gas leak.
So we'll
Smell rotten
say,
eggs. Does anybody smell rotten eggs?
Bert, you're up.
Well, I was gonna just like defer to Kai to do his monk air flip through the
All right.
cave. I don't know, because if I do it right now, I'm gonna get him and I caught in some kind of a hail of dart fire.
Do
Alright.
I see where the holes are for the darts?
They're sort of all over the wall.
All over the wall.
Yeah. Essentially, it's if you step on the plate and you're within 10 feet of the plate, you're going to get attacked with darts.
No.
Okay.
And they basically have to make an attack and beat your DC.
Cat loves you, Amy.
No.
That's love. That's cat love.
No.
Digging the
He's a
claws
child.
into your back.
He's a child. Child.
Can I do a stone check on this? See if there's something else I notice?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and roll me wisdom.
Does anybody have any chewing gum we can clog those holes up with?
Something. 15.
You can clearly see now that the stone around the pressure plates worked differently, and yeah, now that you're looking for it, but there don't seem to be any other real variations in the stone. This seems to be about the same age. The work in here seems to be about the same age as whoever smoothed out the stairs into ramps in the plaza.
What's this hall look like? Does it have any overhangs or anything?
No, it's 5 feet cut directly into the living rock, and it's carved smooth, floor and ceiling. And it's weird because it's almost like a cylinder, like it's circular. The walls bow out a little bit.
How low do the darts shoot?
The darts, again, the darts basically cover the whole hallway. The idea is that if you step on the pressure plate, if you put any pressure on the pressure plate, darts are going to shoot you.
I think
Right.
what I'm thinking is
I'm talking about height. Can you like do a belly crawl and still?
No, there's even across or up and down.
Is the ground uneven? Like, is it go from higher to lower?
No, it's like a ramp, and this pressure plate is pretty well cuttingly put almost so that it's flush. You have to really be paying
I
attention.
mean, like, if I were to stand back, I would be a lot higher than everybody else.
Not a lot higher, but higher, yeah. It's a downward
Enough to
sloping
say
tunnel.
if I got a rope across, I can get Bert across.
I'm just gonna do a dive. Once you get across, it's fine. I'll take the hits. I just didn't want to be responsible for your damage. I'm feeling very generous right now. When I get drunk, I feel
What
very
about Lee Howe?
magnanimous. He'll be fine.
Lee Howe may have a spell to let him deal with that. Let me see.
Dart reflect. Cantrip. 0 spell slots.
I would have tried to throw Bert across, but I may have thrown him onto the pressure plate.
It's like, how good are you with a rope? Can you lasso me and then pull me across with enough force so that I don't touch the ground?
Kiki's
What should we do, Kiki? What should we just go on and leave them
Don't do
go?
anything and let me have a turn, and I'll figure it out.
Honestly, I'm surprised she's still here. I thought she would have walked away.
I don't think
tried
there's
to,
really.
And Caleb's all like, "You're gonna get hit with shit."
I don't think there's any real turns. I think we're all just throwing stuff out there. So just say something.
I've been sort of going by general initiative order, but I mean, if
Yeah, I
Kiki
thought
has
so.
a solution she wants to
Can
use,
I just investigate and figure out how to fix this? How to rogue it up and find the.
I told you
lever to push?
you wedge something underneath the pressure plate to prevent it from going off.
Can I roll something to figure out what the fuck to wedge under there?
Well,
I got nothing here.
do you have something in your inventory that you
No.
can do?
Here's the crowbar.
I have. No.
Kai can make it across no problem. If he backs up, I'll make a running jump and try to make it across so that nobody gets nailed with any poison. Is that cool? I'll do that right now. I'll do that right now just to progress this. Make it go faster. Cool? Cool
Can I
beans?
try and wedge one of my axes in there and then take it out after we're done? After everyone's crossed?
And I fall
Wow,
on
way
my...
to go, David.
Oh my god, what did you do, David? What did you do?
Before he does that, I throw my axe in
He
there to
didn't
wedge it.
say anything. He just rolled a 1.
David and Dan both roll me initiative.
I'm trying to save you, Dave.
David, roll low. Roll really low. What did you do?
David went first.
I was jumping over.
So you actually do a beautiful jump that clears the distance and then some. The problem is you don't actually take off until you're standing on the pressure plate.
Okay.
So Zerf is next to the plate because he's trying to wedge his axe into it. And Bert, are you right behind it? Or are
my
you good
plan
ways
was
down
to
the hall?
like step back, start making my way back so I can get a running leap at it.
Okay, so right now the only people within range are Zerf and Kai.
You like how I did that? You like how I bullshitted my way out of the danger?
I do.
Yeah.
Hey, you came up with a story for it. So we'll say evens. The D4 roll is for Zerf. Odds D4 roll is for Kai. Evens.
Pretty sure-
So I'm going to roll a D4 to see how many darts go at Zerf. 2 and 2. So these two are at Zerf.
And I roll a what?
They roll to hit you. And I think they're both going to. One's at 20. One's at 22 and one's at 19.
And what am I going against? My arm just
Your
not
AC.
DC? Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, so you're hit by 2. And against Kai, an 18 and a 23.
They both hit.
Okay. So, damage. So you both need to make 2 DC 15 Constitution saving throws. And Zerf has advantage because he's a dwarf.
So 2 DC 15.
So just con saving throws and let me know if you make 15 or not.
Oh.
No. And no.
Okay. So Dan, you make the first. Dan, you makes
Really?
both.
What the fuck? Oh, one's a natural. One's
Wow.
a simulate. Holy crap,
Is that
Daniel.
5?
David. Sorry. Dan. Who the fuck are you?
So you both take 3 piercing damage from the dart, and so Dan, you don't take any damage from the second dart.
Okay.
You'll take half damage from the first dart. Mama, you son of a bitch! He just pulled one of the dice down onto the floor.
So I
so
take 3
first-
damage.
3 damage for the dart. And actually, sorry, that's the first dart. Second dart is 1 damage. First dart's poison does 10 to David and 5 to or 10 to Kai, 5 to Zerf. And the second dart does 3 to Kai.
Okay.
And you're now across, leaving just Bert on the other side.
Okay, now I'm going to try and wedge my axe in there.
Okay, roll me a... You know what? No, you just do it. You get it down in there,
so
and
much.
and you've got it so that the plate's not going to trigger.
All right, Bert,
Get
cross.
Okay, I get down on all fours and I do that sheepish crawl, and I'm like huddling back a little bit, and I tap the plate and I try to push it down a little bit. And does anything happen?
Just come across, damn it. It's fine.
Dude, I saw what happened. I'm not doing anything right now.
Just cross.
Amy, high or low?
In my favor?
Well, this is for Bert. So
In
you're
Bert's
choosing.
favor?
You're choosing in Bert's favor.
Low.
Okay. Nothing happens, Bert. You make it across safely. It takes you apparently 10 minutes.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Amy.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
I pull my axe back out.
Okay. And you hear the pressure plate sort of rise back up or settle, so that you think that the trap's not disabled permanently.
Dude, this is like version 1 of D&D. Like, we need to go to town and get some people, have them come in here, disable all the traps with their dead bodies.
You know what's weird? We hired these adventurers to clear these cultists out of the tomb that were kidnapping people, but the adventurers killed more people than the cultists ever did.
But we did it on the side of right.
Okay, so do you guys continue with the same marching order, or do you switch it up?
I think
Put
Amy
Kiki
needs to
in
be
front.
front. Kiki, yeah.
Going back.
All right. Can I investigate to see if we can get through this without eating shit?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception.
Can I assist in this? Because it seems very important.
It's more of a roguey thing.
Damn it!
Is it perception or investigate?
Investigates if you're searching a particular area, saying, is there a trap here? And if so, what's it look like?
Can
Perception is more of you're moving down a hall, keeping an eye out for the unusual.
I feel like I could take the time and investigate every.
Well, I'll tell you that
You
that
know,
15 on your perception is going to do you just fine.
All right.
You don't actually notice any other traps. However, as you reach, because you're out in front, right? Do you have dark vision?
Oh, I think so. Almost positive. I have no idea what that would be though.
If she doesn't, I do, and so does
I'm
Zerg.
like
Either one of us can
positive.
be
I'm pretty sure I have that.
Well, the thing is, if she's out in front looking for shit, if she doesn't have dark vision, then she has to have a light, and that's what I'm really looking at.
Where would that?
I had struck a torch before we entered.
It would be in your features and traits, Amy.
You know, shit's in my features and traits.
Here, I flipped to halfling traits.
Lucky, brave. I feel like I have this.
Nope.
I'll give
You
her
know
one
who
of my
has
sunrods.
this? My other character for the other game.
Yep, no,
Hold
halflings
on.
have just normal
Hold on.
sight.
What if she gets on my back and I'm looking and I transmit everything I see through my slithery fucked up telepathy to her.
On the one hand, I really like the idea.
Delayed kind of, is this okay? Do you see anything? Because I can transmit thought or picture, image. It doesn't, we don't have to have a common language.
Which one's this?
What are you
What?
looking for?
The stupid brain text.
Oh, it's in, let's see. Called Awakened Mind. Starting at first level, your alien knowledge gives you the ability to touch the minds of other creatures. You can communicate telepathically with a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
You're communicating with words.
Damn it!
So,
I thought for sure
So
there was a picture in there.
no conveyance of images. It only matters for the flavor text. So Kiki's got a light source of some sort.
I'll give her one of my sunrods. Oh,
And-
she's got an adventuring pack. She guys are on.
I
And-
struck a torch at the beginning.
Yeah, I just I don't know if that's going to give her enough out in front, David, unless you pass the torch up to her. Regardless, as you round this bend into sort of a large subterranean chamber, you can see gleaming, reflecting in the light, eyes, yellow with a slit pupil, and that hissing sound seems to come from all around, and you hear a voice say, "Kill the intruders." And that is where we're going to cut it.
No!
No.
So until next time, keep it chaotic.
Bye.
The trap took too long!